So my whole agenda is to make sure that there are certain questions which I personally have, or even my viewers can be having, right?
Sure.
And few areas even the viewers may feel it uncomfortable because these are little hard truth that they have to really understand about the insurance industry.
No one looks at insurance more like a product, or I would say more like a protection.
Yeah.
They don't want to buy that when they are healthy. They come to buy insurance when something is happening.
What are the kinds of insurance that is available in our country? Like in a brief, like these are the primary things that we should at least consider. So now let me speak about the reimbursement part. Like what are all the basic documents that we should have it? Like for example, when I go to an hospital, suppose I know that I have a cashless, there are certain add-on expenses, but I need to submit this to an insurance company for a reimbursement. Like for example, bill or a receipt or any kind of UPI payments or any kind of credit card statements. Like what is that as a viewer, they should keep it in mind. If you are going for a reimbursement, what are the primary documents they should make it ready?
See, whenever you go for a reimbursement, first of all, you should try, if it's a cashless and if it's a network hospital, you should always try for a cashless.
Okay.
And if cashless is not allowed, then for reimbursement, your original bills, your discharge summary, your detailed bills, complete bills, what is from day one, which medicine, what quantity, daily basis, what was done, discharge summary is taken care. If you are making the payment, example, via credit card, even your small slip that which you get in credit card, that has to be paid.
The one which comes with a machine. Yeah.
So that slips. If you are making a UPI payment, you can give a printout of the UPI, or you can give your bank statement where the transaction is reflecting. The company just is asking you that what is the mode of payment which you have done.
Okay.
So if you're able to give that, that's sufficient. Apart from this, your KYC documents, your PAN, Aadhaar, your cancel check to get your reimbursement. One thing you have to make sure is all those documents have to be in original.
Okay.
For example, you're giving your KYC document, they have to be photocopied by self-attested by you.
Okay.
And you should take a scan, and you should also make sure that you get an acknowledgement from the representative whom you're submitting, so that there's no, I would say, misplacement or your documents are not lost. At least you should have a record of what is submitted to the insurance company. Because sometimes what happens is your document might be lost in transit.
True.
So it becomes a hassle that time. So if you have a scan of all these documents, it becomes easier to follow with the insurance company. And you should always be aware there's a TAT of 15 to 21 working days.
Okay.
You will be having a mobile app from the insurance company. You should follow up with them that what is the status. So once you keep getting the status, it's sufficient. And whatever documents is asked, you should get from the insurance company. And the main important thing, the claim form.
Okay.
There's a claim form where you have to fill in the details when you're hospitalized, your details, the doctor's signature, the hospital signature, that has to be submitted. If it's a smaller, I would say, bill, or if it's something like a pre and post hospitalization, the bills are sufficient. If it is something that is for hospitalization, then the seal and signature is mandatory of the hospital and the doctor.
That's really great. So I literally feel after listening to this, why we need an insurance agent.
Yes.
So I'm just processing this by leaving my work, applying leave,
Yes.
compromising all the other things, getting this document, submitting to the insurance company, following up with them. Do we really have that patience? That is the very first question which I really got after you explained all this step by step. So that is when I felt my question, is aggregator better or agent better?
That's why I told you, Shashi, that if you have the time, if you have the knowledge, you can do it on your own. But if you need help of somebody, please feel free. Today, if I don't want to do my tax filing, I'll take a help of a CA too. If I fractured my leg, I will go to a doctor, or I will not say YouTube and I will not do it. So for certain things, you have to take a help of somebody who is an expert in that.
True.
And if you have an example, for me, I'm in this industry. So I don't need an aggregator. I'm an aggregator. So I can buy it for myself.
True.
So that's there.
Let's say, I have one interesting question again. Let's say I have an insurance. Let's say after 4-5 years, I developed a new disease in me.
Okay.
Now, can I include that? Can I disclose that? Is there an option of disclosing after you purchase an insurance? Because you are not aware, 2-3 years have been passed. Now I developed an illness. Now I'm taking a regular medication. Now, when my insurance renewal is coming up, is there a process where we can also include this, or should we change our company altogether, or should we take a new policy for this?
See, Shashi, when you're taking a health insurance, so from the time the insurance company has agreed with you, and that specific date you did not have any medical issues, or if you had, you disclosed that. From that day onwards, if you acquire any new disease, it will be automatically covered.
Okay.
And it is suggestible to inform the insurance company.
Okay.
So from company to company, it varies. Some companies might say you send us an email on this email ID, it will be covered. Some companies will say at the time of renewal, there will be a clause. That time in the online payment, there will be certain questions. You can answer that. Okay. So it's always better to inform. But it is not like when you acquire disease, you have to switch between companies. I would say that when you are healthy, that time you can port from one company to other company, because there's a lot of companies with new companies coming with better products, better coverage. You should always look at better opportunities. Every time when there's a renewal, you should always look at better opportunities, because the cost might be lower or reasonable and you might get better benefits. Number one. But if you have acquired an ailment, or if you have acquired disease, my suggestion is to not switch companies.
Okay.
You should be in that company itself. Take one more policy, it will be a higher cost. But what happens is, if you switch between companies, there might be miscommunication. You might have informed this company, you might have missed to inform that company. So that can be, or example, you'll be like, मैंने तो बोल दिया है, why should I tell the new insurance company?
True.
That becomes a challenge there. So it's better to inform the company and continue with that company is better.
Okay. Do you think that now we are off late listening about zero cost EMI? Options for an insurance? Let's say, for example, when you go and get hospitalized, whatever the bill is there, we are going to give you a loan.
Correct.
Zero cost EMI loan for your medical bills, or insurance better? Which is better according to you?
See, insurance, it is not a liability on you. Insurance, you're taken the insurance, you're paid the premiums, your liability is only up to the premium which you have paid.
Okay.
And the non-medical items or deductibles, what is that? And you have to pay a certain amount only. When you take a zero cost EMI, that time you might feel that, okay, I'm not paying, but it's a liability which you're building.
True.
So any day, it's better to make sure that you are mitigating risk to somebody else than taking a loan. Loan is something where you're not paying now, but you'll have to pay later over the period of years. So that's a liability. So according to me, insurance is always the best product, because end of the day, you're not paying from your pocket. If you're taking an insurance and if you disclose everything, the insurance company is going to pay your claim.
So now it's like a new way of saying the people, anyhow, you are in the middle class throughout your life. Add on one more EMI for that, for your medical bill. So when I heard about this, no cost EMI on your medical bill, I'm like, hey, already are people like in middle class, I was just going through some research documents, like 50 to 70% of their annual incomes are paid just for the sake of EMIs. And that is a staggering amount what they're paying. Our entire economy, I think half of the economy is mainly dependent on the EMI circulation. By chance, if EMI stops, definitely in our country, there will be one big revolution in the growth rate. Like, we don't see the growth at all. People are being, whether I get income today or not, but my next 9 months of EMI is ready. My expenses are ready.
Yes.
And this was like one crazy thing which I heard about.
Yeah. So that is happening in the current generation, Shashi. Our ancestors and our parents and all, they had a culture of savings.
True.
And then taking something. So EMIs are good, but having an income against that EMI is better.
True.
Like example, if I'm earning 100 and if my EMI is 30-40, that's good. You're leveraging.
Yeah.
But if you're earning 100 and if your EMI is 70, that's bad. You're in a bad financial state.
True. That's definitely true. And is there any chances, suppose I have claimed insurance, let's say for example, I was hospitalized, I took a claim. Is there a chances that after taking the claim, can insurance company increase my premium?
See, generally, individual health insurance does not increase your premium based on the claim.
Okay.
It is based on your age slab. Or unless and until there is certain higher claims in the industry itself and the insurance company is finding difficult for it to run the policy, that is when they increase the
During
premium.
the time of COVID.
During the time of after COVID, a lot of companies have revised, and it's also inflation matters, Shashi. See, whenever there is a premium increase, the insurance, we should keep in mind the insurance company says that every 5 years I might increase the premium based on the age slab. But we should keep in mind that 5 to 10% every year my premium is going to increase.
True.
That is the reality. When your expenses are increasing, your inflation is increasing, definitely the premiums also will increase. But relating the claims to the premium, that happens in a corporate insurance where you have taken a corporate policy and your corporate has paid 10 lakh rupees and the claim is example 12 lakh rupees. So next year the chances are that the insurance company will go to 13 lakhs or 12 lakhs. That happens in the corporate policy. But in an individual policy, it is purely based on your age. Claims do not relate to your premium, Desashi. It's purely on an age factor there.
Superb. Have you ever come across, like, this was a valid claim, but insurance company has rejected this claim?
Okay.
What are the rights, or maybe what is the procedure as a insured we need to follow? Is there a consumer rights which will be supporting them?
See, what happens, Ashi? Claims are rejected. See, if you're right and everything is good, claim should have not been rejected, number one.
Okay.
If claim is rejected, understand why the claim is rejected.
Okay.
See, majority of the claims are rejected if there's a misunderstanding or if there's a miscommunication. Like I was telling you earlier, the patient was just brought in and his BP was high. The doctor mentioned that his BP is high.
Okay.
So it might interpret to the insurance company that he had BP earlier. So that time the insurance company might ask, okay, from when did you had BP? And they're like, we don't know about it. That time the insurance company will reject the claim.
Okay.
But that person who was hospitalized, everything was good. So that time what happens, you can go back to the insurance company. You can get a letter from the treating doctor saying that this person did not have BP in the past. When he was brought in, that time his BP was high. And that time I understood, or it was miscommunicated to me, that BP. That time what happens is the insurance company might send an agent or somebody to understand, or they might scrutinize your documents, and that can be settled. If at all they say go for reimbursement, that time you can submit in reimbursement and it can be settled. In reimbursement also it is not settled. It happened with one of my customers. Not my customers actually. They came to me after the incident happened. So what happens is this lady, she had example ABC policy with one of the companies. She shifted to BCD policy. Now the agent in between, or the intermediary in between, or whoever aggregated in between, he miscommunicated.
Okay.
He did not take the policy as porting policy.
Okay.
Like porting is nothing but from one company to other company I'm shifting. But the other company is informed, and previous I had this company and I want the continuation benefit of whatever sum insured is there.
Okay.
Or the 2 years exclusions which is there. But what happened here is he sold a new policy. He did not take as a continuation. That time the person is like, I have told my representative that it has to be porting. He is not given. And that time now claim has come after 2 years. It's not my mistake. So the person went to ombudsman. Ombudsman is the court where we can go and represent our claims.
Okay.
So the ombudsman says that, okay, this is the policy. He had communicated to a representative. The insurance company has to give the claim. Now after fighting it for almost 2 years, now the continuation benefit is given, the claim is also paid, and the premium for last 3 to 4 years has to be paid by the customer. So there is laws, there is measures which has been taken, and they are developing. See, insurance in India is still a development. We are still underpenetrated in insurance. So it's still developing. So it has to be either there's a miscommunication, the time the claim is rejected, if it's a genuine claim, or is a misunderstanding by the customer also. Sometimes what happens is insurance says sab kuch cover ho jayega. You should not have that kind of attitude.
True.
See, what happens, insurance is not a charity. It's a contract. You have to understand that insurance will cover certain factors. Will not cover everything. Whenever I tell my customers, whenever you go for an insurance, out of 100 rupees, you expect 90 to 95 will be paid. 5 to 10% will be out of pocket expenses. That reality has to be accepted, because OPD will not be covered, maternity will not be covered, deductibles will not be covered. Unless until you have add-ons there included, those will be covered.
Super.
So you have to understand the product, then you will not have the rejections altogether there.
Okay, since we also took a point of maternity.
Huh.
Now, why in general maternities are not covered in a general insurance?
See, what happens is maternity is for sure in one's life, even in I would say in a female's life, and that is going to happen.
Yeah.
So insurance company says that, okay, if that's going to happen, we might not increase the premiums. That's why we're not giving the cover. So that is one of the rationales behind it. Now insurance companies are coming, because now a lot of companies and a lot of customers are asking for maternity. So now the maternity also is included in some of the products as a value add. For example, if I need maternity for coverage for my spouse, I can add that in the policy. But earlier when the situation was at time maternity, because it's like for sure this is the cost which is going to happen, the insurance company say, okay, this is the expense, this will not be covered. This is out of your pocket expenses. So that was informed earlier.
But is it worth having a maternity insurance? Because what I have seen is, even after paying the premiums, even if I compare the premiums, what I pay for a maternity insurance and what is a bill that is going to come, it is by and large the same.
It's similar, Shashi. It's a hard pill, or it's a sorrow pill, I would say. So whatever you're paying the premium for your maternity, similar amount will be paid to you, or similar amount will be collected from you. Example, your maternity cost might be, example, 50,000 or a lakh rupees. Your premiums might have been increased by 5 or 10,000 rupees. So over a period of time, you're paying that kind of expenses. And maternity, you might have 2 to 3 maternity, or example, that is the claims which you might have. If an insurance company is giving you as a value add without increasing a higher premium, then you can take a maternity cover. Like example, certain companies from Care or from Tata Medicare Premier.
Yeah.
So it covers maternity after 4 years. Certain conditions are there. So depending on company to company, based on your terms and conditions, it will be covered, Shashi. But only you're taking a policy only for maternity, I would not suggest you that. You should take a policy for overall health cover.
So most of the maternities are through a corporate insurance.
Majority of people who are working in corporates, it's majorly covered in the corporate group insurances.
So let's say, for example, if I have a corporate insurance, let's say I have a corporate insurance of some 5 lakh rupees.
Okay.
I'm feeling like I'm still young. I'm just 24, 25.
Correct.
5 lakh rupees is more than sufficient. Do you really suggest them to just have a corporate insurance, or also add on as a life insurance, a separate one?
See, I would say corporate insurance is a privilege. We should not take it as a granted policy or for sure. Because we spoke about this earlier also.
Yeah.
That it is, when you switch within companies, the coverage might vary, or you might not have insurance. Not recently, but before 3-4 years, one of our clients, he was switching between companies, and he had a gap of 15 days.
Okay.
He got hospitalized that time.
Very bad luck it is like.
Bad luck. Nobody वो बोलते हैं ना that मेरे साथ नहीं होगा, it will not happen with me, but it happened. So his wife calls, says that this is the expenses. We have to redeem all your investments. We had to redeem and we had to pay the bills. We cannot do anything. So it can happen anytime. So it is always strongly suggested, if you have a corporate insurance of 5 lakhs and if you're a family of 2+2, have a basic 10 lakhs cover, because inflation is higher. True. Nowadays, the cataract surgeries cost a lakh plus. Even a normal maternity costs you more than 1.5-2 lakhs. So that are the expenses, Shashi.
These are the two inflation which is like skyrocketing every year. One, medical inflation. Second, educational inflation. Medical is at least 12 to 15%. Educational inflation, school inflations are like almost more than 15 to 20 year on year. Even I teach economics to the students. Sometimes it is a very hard pill, like how you said.
Yes.
When I'm informing this to the students, they are like, then sir, why are we learning all this then? Like, this is the hard reality that we should understand. That is why protection is important.
Yes.
So, coming to a term insurance now, why are term insurance premiums are always lower comparing to life insurance?
See, we have to understand the product. In term insurance is also life insurance. Okay. Term insurance is not life insurance separate, term insurance separate. Under life insurance, it is traditional plans, endowment plans, whole life plans, and term insurance plans. See, when insurance initially was brought to India, we took insurance from our friends and family. Our uncle is there, he's an agent, he comes to our home, we take the insurance. So that time everybody is like, I'll pay the premium, what will I get in return? So that time insurance was merged with savings, investments.
I think ULIP is also similar to that.
ULIP is where it is invested directly, purely into the market. So whatever market returns, that's a different product altogether. But traditional products, for example, whatever is like example, 50,000 is collected yearly, 10,000 is your insurance cost, 40,000 is invested. So what happens after 10 years, 15 years, or 20 years, you get back some return. So I'm getting back something. So there what happens is, as your insurance cost is only 10,000 rupees, your cover is only 5 times or 10 times your premium payment, 5 lakh rupees.
Okay.
But what happens in a term insurance? Term insurance, you're clear. For this specific tenure, 20 years, 30 years, for this age, I am going to have a cover of 1 CR. It's a cost.
Okay.
If anything happens to me, my family is provided with that sum insured.
Okay.
And if nothing happens to me, that's a cost. Like example, simple, we have a car insurance. Do we pray my car ka accident ho jaye? Do we pray that? We don't pray. Like, we take an insurance. But we say car should be good enough. So into life also, you just take a cover. But why are you praying that I should kick the bucket?
Now, off late, like term insurance are sold like crazily. Like, what if something happens to your family, will get 1 crore? I personally feel, I don't know, I may be also wrong. suppose if I'm paying a term insurance for 20 years, 25 years or 30 years. Now let's say I'm 30 years old.
Correct.
Now I'm taking a term insurance for another 30 years. In the same 30 years, if I'm investing on a mutual fund, even if I take a 12% of CAGR for the next 30 years, I will make a good amount of money, which is much more than 1 CR in the next 30 years.
Sashi, what is the guarantee will be there next year or next minute? There's no guarantee. So you should take term insurance, plus you should invest also.
Okay.
You should not say that I will save and I will continue. If we are health and fine, touch wood, we all have a longer lifespan and a healthy lifespan. But what happens is, if I kick the bucket after 5 years, my wife, she's not an earning member. My children's, they're just old. We'll take care of them. Earlier, what used to happen, we used to be in joint families, or there used to be uncle, aunties, they used to take care. But nowadays, as we are developing and as we are in the urbanization phase, it's more nuclear families.
True.
So that's why term insurance is increasing, number one. Number two, what is happening is, it is sold as emotional product, but you have to be as a hard fact that it is not an emotional product. It is more about informed product. You have to see, you're taking insurance, or you're becoming become financially independent to feel secure, to feel confident, because that is what is required. So if I take a term insurance, I have peace of mind that if something happens to me, my family is protected, my children's education is protected, my wife's day-to-day necessary expenses is protected, and you don't have to sell assets.
True.
That is taken. So that is why term insurance is a must, required. But it should not, like example, I have few customers, they have no dependents. Their parents are very well to do. They have good amount of cover. They don't have spouse or children are not. They're bachelors. I would say they're not married. It's their decision what they have taken. But what happens is, for them, term insurance is not required. Anybody who does not have a dependent, you don't require a term cover. Once you have a dependent who is dependent on your financial income,
Okay.
that is when a term insurance is required. Now, as we are speaking this, it is very important to understand what should be in my sum insured.
Okay.
Because what happens is, 1 crore sufficient hai, 2 crore sufficient, we don't know about it. You should understand what is the necessary expenses which are going to be there for next 20-30 years.
So I always have this thought whenever any of my friends is getting married. So we thought, let's get him a term insurance. Let us pay the first premium as a gift. Let him continue. Is this a good thought, or should they go with the term insurance even before their marriage?
See, I would say they should go take a term insurance even before their marriage. It's a very good thought. If he does not have it, you should push him for that.
True.
And but what happens is, term insurance is, you're mitigating your risk. I might be repeating this, but this is a base reality of a product, of the insurance as such. You're just taking your risk, you're passing to the insurance company, which is very well to do, which is regulated by IRDA, which has its own solvency and everything. If something happens to you, they pay you the amount. So you should have taken it way before when you're getting married. And there are certain products, in term insurance also, there are certain products where once you get married or once you have a life event in your family, your sum insured can also be increased. There are certain products, not all term insurance have it. Also, what you can do is, if you have already taken and your term insurance does not, you can take a separate policy.
Okay.
And my understanding is very clear. You should take term insurance only till the age of 60, 65, 70 maximum. You should not take till the age of 80, 90, 100. See, you are taking a term insurance for mitigating the risk, and if something happens to me,
in my
family is taken care of the financial burden. There should not be any financial burden on them.
Okay, there is one beautiful question which is also related to legal. Like, say, for example, in my term insurance or maybe my health insurance, wherever it is, I have given a nominee as my friend.
Correct.
But my legal heir is a wife. So, nominee and a legal heir. Who will get the sum insured now?
See, as per the rules and regulation, the legal heir is the beneficiary of the policy. Nominee is just a custodian.
Okay.
It's not only here in insurance, in your bank account, in your mutual funds, investments, anywhere, wherever there's a nominee is a custodian.
Okay.
He is not the beneficiary.
That means one who holds your funds. That's it. They can't use it.
Who holds your funds, who protects your funds, and who gives it to the beneficiary. See, in India, we don't have that concept of legal heir very much. It's out of example, 1,000 families or even a lakh family, 1 or 2 families have a will and they drafted and they have a will legal. It's majorly that if somebody has a property, these are the children and we get the succession certificate from the court and that's given to them. For example, in a bank, the nominee takes the funds. But as per the legal, this one, if there is a conflict of interest, the legal heir is the person who will be the beneficiary of your insurance.
This is one of the most misunderstood for everyone. Everyone feels that, okay, if I have a nominee, nominee is going to get that money after me.
See, if you have a family where you feel that there is not going to be any misunderstanding or there is not going to be any miscommunication, that is sufficient. But that is not the final stamp. The final stamp is better you draft a will. It can be a will, you can just go take 1,000 rupees stamp paper, you can write a will, and sufficient. That's a notarized will. A better will is to get it registered.
Registered will.
That is something where you can take a help of some legal expert and you can get a registered will. That is your final step, where the sub-register office where you go and make it registered, there the Tehsildar is making sure that you are in good sense and you are in good mindset, healthy mindset, and you are giving your beneficiary details there.
What if a policy holder, I have a term insurance, but a policy holder is, let me say, he dies in abroad?
See, life insurance does not look at your passport stamp.
Okay.
It covers the whole world.
Okay.
So if I'm traveling and if I die there, it covers. Health insurance has territorial coverage, this one.
Okay.
Example, if I take a health insurance in India, if the policy does not have a global cover, it will cover only in India.
Okay.
If I'm traveling abroad, I have to take a travel insurance, or I have to take a health insurance if I'm planning to stay there for a longer duration. Or I have to take a health cover which covers global coverages also. And I have to understand that, because certain companies will cover my global cover not for my first, I would say, diagnosis.
Yeah.
It will be my second diagnosis. Example, I should have been diagnosed first in India. And then if I'm traveling there for a surgery, it will be covered there.
Okay.
But for a life insurance, if I'm traveling, if something happens to me, it's covered across the globe.
Okay. There is one question I know which may sound little silly, but most of my friends have done this. Out of force, first to 2-3 years, they have paid a premium. They reminded, okay, this is when I have to pay the premium. This is when my insurance is getting reviewed.
Correct.
After a few years, they forgot to renew it. It's 2-3 years past. Can they recontinue the same policy?
No. You have see what happens is nowadays it's technology advancement has happened. You get a reminder on email, you get a reminder on normal SMS, you get a reminder on WhatsApp. Sometimes you even get bugged by tele agents calling you that you have a renewal. After so many reminders, if you have forgotten, and the insurance company also gives you a timeline of 30 days, or in certain policies in 15 days.
Okay.
So after that also, if you are unable to renew your policy, you will have to take a new policy. You cannot revive that policy, because in 2 years there's a lot of changes which has happened to your body.
True.
And for an insurance company, it's a new contract altogether.
Definitely. So there's one common area, especially youngsters today are making it a big mistake. Like, even in fact with many of my friends, many of my colleagues, even I have informed them, see, keep it as a habit on your birthday. Make sure that on your birthday you have your life insurance renewal.
Correct.
Whether you forget your birthday or not, that will strike your mind, boss.
Yes.
One life. I'm getting older.
Birthday, anniversary.
Anniversary.
Make sure you take it before your birthday.
Yeah, before
because
your
the
birthday.
premiums will increase in the term insurance as you get age older.
Okay, at least one day before.
One day before, or at least I would say a month before.
Okay.
Because what happens is, if my age is 33, premium might be slightly lesser. Once I become 34, my premiums will increase.
Okay, at least a month before.
At least a month before. I would say keep it as your anniversary.
Okay, anniversary.
Anniversary is much better.
That's really cool. And I think I have covered most of the questions which I had. Suppose if any of the viewer finds that, okay, Shashi, you have missed this particular kind of a question, feel free to comment it. We will be there to assist in the comment. Even I will be tagging Sohail for the same, and even he will be replying. It's not the Shashi Kiran who is going to reply to the comment. Sohail will be replying. And I can guarantee that because I know Sohail from a couple of years now.
Yes.
Most of my insurance, or whenever I have a query, I also have a very good friends in the same insurance field, maybe finance field. But always there are some 2-3 prioritized people in my contact list. Suppose if I have a question related to insurance, okay, 1, 2, 3, these are the top 3. I can always say that Sohail is in the top 3. In terms of finance, Sohail is in the top 3. In terms of any guidance for my reels, suppose any legal expert, that is always there. So feel free to comment and definitely get the info. The whole agenda of creating this podcast is to get the right knowledge. Even before you buy an insurance, make sure that you know A to at least Y. If not Z, at least A to Y.
Yes.
At least that 0.2-3% or maybe that XYZ, at least that will be add-on. Sohail will make sure that you know it additionally.
Yes.
That I can assure it. So I think we are coming to the last, let me say, the slog of this particular podcast, the rapid fire question.
Yes.
I have certain. I just need like one word answer or maybe a quick answer. I don't want you to
Sure.
think much. Let's see. Like for example, now.
Sure.
If you want to define insurance industry in one word.
I would say it's protection.
Okay. Trust level in your industry in the scale of 1 to 10.
I would say 6 to 7. And here, there's still a gap between awareness and knowing certain facts. That's why 6 to 7 is a good number.
Okay. One biggest insurance myth.
That what will happen to me?
Okay. If you are not in an insurance industry, would you personally buy an insurance?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. What is that one truth about insurance agents will never say?
I would say what is not covered. So you should always ask them that what is not covered. That is very much required.
Okay. I know it is little hard for you to answer this. If you had to ban one type of insurance in India, completely ban, we don't need this in India, which type of insurance is
I would not say an insurance product as such, but I would ban something like a mis-selling.
Okay.
Because not every product is good for everybody.
Okay.
There are certain products which are not suitable for a person. So mis-selling is something which I would ban.
Okay. So one question customer will never ask, but they should.
I would say they should always ask what is not covered, which I told earlier also. That is very much important.
Okay, one policy people should avoid. This policy is not required. It is always missold to everyone.
I would say it is not like a missold, I would say, Shashi. It is like not understanding the product. So if it's not required for you, you should not take it. Okay. So every product has I would say, a relatable design for a particular example. Critical illnesses for certain people, personal accidents for certain people. So mis-selling is something which should be avoided.
Okay, since you're speaking about mis-selling, I know it is really hard now. Is mis-selling common in India?
See, I would say yes, mis-selling has been there in the past and it is still happening, but there are certain regulations which are been strictly taken by IRDA. Like recently, RBI also has taken a very strong stance on banks that they should not be mis-selling and they'll be responsible.
Okay.
So mis-selling happens, but there are rules and regulations. It's reducing nowadays.
That's good. Maybe next segment, the last segment, this is
Sure.
You need to pick any one out of these two.
Okay.
High premium, low coverage, or low premium, high coverage.
High premium, I would say high premium, high coverage is good for me.
Third option now.
Third option.
Okay, like we have add-ons whenever we renew our insurance policy.
Yes.
Is this add-ons an essential or just a upselling?
See, depending on what kind of add-on you're taking. Example, if I'm taking an add-on of annual health checkup, I can do it on my own also. And if it's included in the policy, then I'll not add as an add-on. But if I'm taking an add-on of consumables, it's a necessity. So depending on add-ons to add-ons, it can be both, Sashi.
Okay. Cashless claim or reimbursement?
Cashless claim always.
Okay. Term insurance or endowments?
Term insurance. Or I would say health insurance one, second term insurance.
Okay. Term insurance or investment in mutual fund first? Which should be the first?
The base is always insurance. Once your risk is protected, then you can build on your investments.
Okay. As I have asked you this question, but still I'm giving you an option. CSR or real customers review?
I would say both. Because CSRs will define the number, but they'll not give you a logical reasoning on what was the claim paid. So reviews also are very important.
Okay. High coverage or low waiting period?
High coverage.
Okay. Agent advice or own research?
Agent advice always, because I know there's somebody who can help me out always. I can fall on somebody for any answers.
Brand reputation of an insurance company or a policy features?
I would say policy features first and brand reputation also comes in, but policy features, which is very much important. I understand the product and then I go for a brand altogether.
Okay. Profit first company or claim friendly company?
See, Shashi, this is a hard question because insurance companies are not for charity. They also, they first of all cover the risk and they have to make profitability also.
Okay.
So they can be claim friendly and profitable both, but it should not happen. They reject all the claims and they are profitable. So it should be claim friendly and profitable, because if they are profitable, they will give the coverages for a longer tenure.
I know this is not a question which has to be asked, but still there is a hard pill. Like, is there a target for claim rejection?
Nothing as such, Shashi. What happens is, if your documents are given properly, the claim has to be cleared. and you can ask the insurance company why you have rejected, because any communication with insurance company comes as a written document. So they'll be legally binded to answer you later why it was rejected. So there's no targets for rejecting a claim, but if certain documents are not given, or if certain miscommunication, then the claim is rejected, Shashi.
Now, of late, especially because of tax saving, there is a high push for taking up an insurance, even a corporate insurance, employee-related insurance. Now, insurance for tax saving is better, or insurance for protection is better?
I would say insurance for protection. And I am actually say that our Indian government is doing much better with coming out with a new tax regime where deductions are not there, because people understand protection more seriously. Earlier, it used to happen that I have 80D benefit, so I will take health insurance, I have 80C benefit. That was helping. But now we have become a mature economy, and we being in urban city, it's better to focus more on protection.
That's really cool. So maybe the last and the final question. If you really want to redesign an Indian insurance system, what is that redesigning you would like to make, or what changes you would like to see in the insurance industry?
See, I would not change the foundation of the insurance. The foundation is very strong, and we have good companies like example LIC, CARE, HDFC, Apollo was earlier, which was taken over by HDFC. So the foundation is very strong. What I would redesign is the certain thing, like example, ease of communication. There's a list of 30-40 pages where the customer might not be going reading that.
True.
Single 1 or 2 pages that this is covered, this is not covered. Simple language. Because see, me being in the industry, there are certain terms which I will not be aware. For example, recently there was a claim that I thought it's related to maternity. I said it will be rejected. But that was covered.
Yeah.
So it all depends, because the medical terminology is very different. So simplifying is something number one. Digitizing it. I would say IRDA is doing a wonderful process by making sure that every hospital has to have a cashless claim. So digitizing much faster. Like example, now it's 4 hours. So if you can make it 2 hours, there will be something good. So there are certain foundations which is there that is strong, and additional add-ons like digitization, simplifying, and customer friendly, that is very much required, Sashi.
That's really great. So hope so that at least our people have got enough information, like before choosing up an insurance. Like what are all the basic parameters, why claims get rejected. Most of the scenarios, the claim get rejected because of miscommunication. I feel like after listening to your conversation, more than half of the reasons are miscommunication. And another half is not aware what is included, what is not included. And another half, we feel always that it is insurance is always out of fear, but definitely it's not a fear. It is always a protection. Like how Sohail said. And for the viewers, Sohail is also into the finance part. So today I badly wanted to communicate related to the insurance because as we speak, insurance is always a basement. So you build your structure after the basement. So next comes the investment part. Definitely I would like to also have you for my, let me say, finance communication, like finance awareness. We will definitely catch up, and I hope you enjoyed the show.
Thank you so much, Shashi. It was, I would say, detailed and a lengthy podcast. And I would say people who are interested to understand this, they should listen to this on a more season. They should definitely, if there's anything which we have missed out, you can always comment, and we'll definitely make sure that we reply to that. And I would say thank you so much, Shashi, for having me here.
Thank you, Sohail. Thank you for joining us.